Erling Haaland is the player that everyone is talking about right now. The Norwegian bagsman joined Manchester City in the summer for a fee of £54 million, with a ton of expectation on his shoulders. He had his doubters. YouTuber Rory Jennings infamously declared that 15 goals over the season would be a really good season for him.
Erling Haaland will not live up to the expectation. I am so bored.
Why?
Because he isn't the player that everybody thinks he is.
What?
It only took him 9 games to achieve those 15 goals.
Rory, you're a mug. You've had a howler there.
The striker is one of the biggest ballers in the world right now. But here are 10 things that you didn't know about Erling Haaland. Erling Haaland was born in Leeds. Haaland was born on the 21st of July 2000 in Leeds. That's right, he is a Yorkshireman. His father, Alf Inge, was in the middle of a transfer from Leeds United to Manchester City at the time, so the Haaland family was already in the UK. This means that he would have been eligible to play for the England national team, but unfortunately for all the Three Lions fans, he opted to represent Norway and has been doing so since he was 15. Could you imagine the scenes of England turned up to the World Cup with Erling Haaland in the team? Both Everton and his birthplace Leeds had the opportunity to sign Erling Haaland. Not only could Haaland have been playing for England, but he could have been playing for either Leeds United or Everton too. Everton took Haaland on trial when he was just 15 years old.
He was in at Everton.
What?
He was in at Everton because his dad brought him in at Everton. When he was about 15, 16 they brought him in, and Everton wasn't to buy him.
And could have signed him for around 60k. Former Everton Scandinavian scout Brian King said, "The consensus was he was so young and so big that once he got older and the other players got bigger too, he'd lose his effectiveness. You win some, you lose some, but this one must have hurt all Everton fans." But they are not alone. Leeds United also passed up the opportunity to sign Erling Haaland. Playing for Molde at the time, Haaland and his father came to England to hold talks with Leeds, who were playing in the EFL Championship. Agent Hayden Evans explained on The Athletics' The Phil Hayes Show that Molde wanted £4 million for the striker.
Leeds United shirt already made up with Haaland on the back, all the rest of it.
A sum which was not financially viable for the Yorkshire side. Another what could have been story, and for once, this one doesn't involve Arsenal. Haaland reportedly achieved the world record standing long jump height for his age group. By now, we are very much familiar with Haaland's insane athleticism, but he was already showing signs of it by the age of 5. He recorded the world record for the longest standing long jump for a 5-year-old on January 22nd, 2006, where he jumped 1.63 metres. For comparison, a 5-year-old Haaland could jump the height of Lorenzo Insigne.
Ready? Yeah, I'm ready.
Haaland became the first player to score 3 hat-tricks in 3 consecutive home games in the Premier League. Erling Haaland was breaking athletics records at age 5 and is now smashing Premier League records at 22. The Norwegian became the first player to score a hat-trick in 3 consecutive home games in the Premier League against Crystal Palace, Nottingham Forest and Manchester United. He also holds the record for the most goals in his first 30 Champions League games, most goals scored in his first 10 Premier League games, and the fewest games needed to score 15 Premier League goals. He is already level with Cristiano Ronaldo, Didier Drogba and Romelu Lukaku for Premier League hat-tricks. He will no doubt have his eye on his predecessor Sergio Aguero's record of 12 Premier League hat-tricks. The biggest question will be whether he can break the record of most goals in a Premier League season, which is held by Andy Cole and Alan Shearer at 34. You wouldn't bet against him, would you? Haaland was a massive fan of Swansea legend Michu. Haaland has cited legends of the game such as Zlatan Ibrahimovic and Cristiano Ronaldo as inspirations of his, but he's also a big fan of Swansea's Michu. Michu became a bit of a legend in the 2012-13 season with Swansea, where he scored 18 goals and helped the Welsh side win the League Cup, a season which the streets will never forget. Back in 2016, Haaland even used to tag himself on Instagram as Michu. Perhaps we can credit Michu as the inspiration behind Haaland's blistering start to his Premier League campaign. Haaland has some interesting home routines. Haaland has revealed some of the secrets to his success and a good night's sleep. The forward has said that he wears blue light glasses to protect his eyes from the screen when he plays FIFA and unplugs his Wi-Fi when he goes to bed. This is the key to his 9 hours of sleep every night. He has also previously stated that he wakes up to the Champions League anthem. Speaking in a post-match interview, Haaland admitted, "The anthem is my alarm tone. I wake up to it every day. It's the last song I'm tired of." He has also previously mentioned that he shares his bed with his hat-trick Bulls, labelling them as his girlfriends. By our maths, that means Haaland has 15 girlfriends. Haaland cites Virgil van Dijk, Ramos, and Kalidou Koulibaly as his toughest opponents so far. You wouldn't think of any defender that could tame Erling Haaland, but the Norwegian expressed his respect for Liverpool centre-back Van Dijk. He explained that the Dutchman's height, speed and timing were the main reasons why he considers him his toughest opponent. Haaland told Verdon's gang that the three best centre-backs in the world are Sergio Ramos, Virgil van Dijk, and Kalidou Koulibaly. The three are good, strong and intelligent. Haaland will get to go up against both Van Dijk and Koulibaly this season, where he can test his skills against the players he calls the best. Haaland once scored 9 goals in one game. In Norway's final game of the Under-20 World Cup against Honduras, Haaland announced himself to the world with an unbelievable performance. By half-time, he had already scored 4 goals. It could have been 5, but he had a goal ruled out by VAR. In the second half, Norway scored another 7 goals, of which 5 were Erling Haaland's. The final score was 12-0, and Haaland ended the game with 9 goals. Despite the victory, Norway didn't qualify for the quarter-finals, but on that day, Haaland was on the front page of every media outlet in the world. Despite only playing 3 games, Haaland ended the tournament as top goal scorer and set a record in the competition with the most goals scored by a player in the same game. Haaland eats a high-protein diet consisting of heart and liver. We've already noted some of Haaland's unique habits before sleeping, and he also has an unconventional diet. The powerful forward said, "People say meat is bad for you, but which? The meat you get at McDonald's, or the local cow eating the grass over there? I eat the heart and the liver. I think eating quality food that is as local as possible is the most important." He also has some drinking recommendations, saying, "I have also started to filtrate my water a bit. I think it can have great benefits for my body." Haaland may eat liver and hearts most days, but he's revealed his guilty pleasure is a kebab.
Kebab actually, maybe a kebab pizza. I love this, but I almost never eat it, so yeah, kebab.
Haaland has recorded a time of 6.64 seconds across 60 metres. Speed can be a crucial attribute for a successful striker, and Haaland can consider himself one of the fastest in the world. During a Borussia Dortmund vs PSG game, Haaland was recorded by a TV station running 60 metres in 6.64 seconds at 36 kilometers per hour. For context, the 60-meter world record is held by US sprinter Christian Coleman at 6.34 seconds. Haaland's Dortmund won the game 2-1, and guess who scored both the Dortmund goals? Erling Haaland. And that is 10 things that you didn't know about Erling Haaland by Rising Ballers. As a bonus, I've got to show you guys Haaland's debut music video. I'm just going to leave this one here as the outro.
Kan dere slutte å prate så mye, da blir det ikke noe løye. Prat heller om verdenskrise, jeg synes det er mye viktige gutter. Jeg er lyng og alle vet det, jeg er han så du kan se på TV. Så til og med bra ut når jeg spiser, jeg synes det er mye riktigere.